Hi, how are you? We're here on Concordia's Tonight Show. I'm Rod Lewis. I have Tyler Failer here, who is a current student and athlete here at Concordia, and we're just going to go into his last semester here at Concordia. So, Tyler, tell me about, I know David Lawrence, he's the workout conditioning coach for Concordia's football team and a plethora of other sports here on the campus. Tell me about how the summer workouts go, as far as, did you actually do the summer workouts, or did you do your own thing?
Well, at the university here, it's kind of a smaller scale football program. It's not like Division I, so a lot of us go home because it's expensive to go here. So I had to go home back to Muskegon to work, or to get to have a job to pay for school, and so I'm trusted to do workouts on my own, just like a lot of us are. So obviously the people that stay on campus and have the workouts with them have it a little harder, because there's nothing like having David Lawrence in your ear yelling,
Yep.
"Let's go!" So I didn't have that at home, but I got a good workout in myself. But when I got back, I definitely could feel that there was some people that got pushed a little harder over summer break. But overall, it was good. Yeah, it was a good summer life.
So, I'm pretty sure this is the question that a lot of people have been wondering. So you recently were playing quarterback, correct?
Correct.
And on your last season, you decided to switch over to wide receiver. Tell me how that transpired, as far as like talking to the coach and
Right. So one of my biggest idols in football is Julian Edelman. He's a receiver for the Patriots. I don't know if anybody knows him. He played quarterback at Kent State, a smaller Division I school, and he's a little shorter. He's a little smaller overall, but he's a really gritty athlete. He's a good player. And he was really good, but just going to the next level, because he wanted to keep playing ball, maybe in Canada, but he's playing in the NFL right now. His biggest potential was playing, splitting outside and playing receiver, because there are a lot of these dudes nowadays playing quarterback like 6'5", 240, and their arms are this much longer than yours are if you're an average size human.
Yeah, I understand.
So I figured, with my athleticism, the gifts that God's given me, I felt like I could put them to the best use outside playing receiver. Unfortunately, like you're about to talk to me in a little bit here, I had surgery in the season that just kind of set me back. But we'll get into that. But that was the reason why I talked to the coaches and figured I'd help the team elsewhere playing outside a receiver.
Okay. So, as far as going towards switching the actual position to wide receiver, me being actually playing with you and also switching positions myself, how did it feel? As far as trying to work your way into the rotation.
Right. So I felt like it was a little easier for me due to the fact that I was a senior and I had played football for all that time. My body was more ready than a lot of the receivers coming in out of high school anyway. And I threw to receivers the whole time, so I kind of knew what the deal was, and I ran the football a lot playing quarterback the way I play. So a lot of it was just like when I got the ball in my hands, it felt natural. When I caught the ball, it felt good. A lot of it was just breaking off the line on my routes and just doing stuff like that. So it was definitely a change up for sure. Like the physical aspect of running the routes individually and going against the receivers or going against a corner that was like right over top of me, that was a little different for me.
I understand. Now, folks, we're going to get to a little bit of nitty-gritty questions. So, you did sustain an injury during the season. Could you tell us exactly how it happened and what the injury was?
So it dates back all the way to my senior year in high school. I sprained my right ankle really bad in like the second week of the season, right, in my senior year. So I had to tape it back up and play the rest of the 8 games with I tore a lot of ligaments in it and taped it back up. And then over time, I didn't know at the time, otherwise I would have chilled out and not played. But they say if you play on a sprained ankle, some bone spurs can build up in there. And when I was playing quarterback, I didn't have to run every day like you do playing receiver, and I didn't really know it would just start hurting at the end of the year. But when I switched over to receiver during spring ball last year, it started to hurt me. I didn't know what the deal was, but then when I came back and over camp for fall to start the season, it really flared up, and I didn't know what the deal was. And I went to the doctor, and they got X-rays, and I found out that I had bone spurs, and they needed to take them out. And that was the only way the pain was going to go away. And I couldn't run, so I had to take them out. And then they said that the recovery over 3 weeks would have been, that's the best chance I had. So I played on about 52% right ankle the whole year. So it was kind of sad.
I honestly feel for you. The injury sounds extremely painful, because just the ankle alone is extremely tender, especially when that's really a lot of the ligaments that you're using to run.
Right.
Okay, so tell me what was your motivation, after you had to get the ligaments fixed in the ankle and go with the rehab and rehabilitation? I know that you came back a little bit earlier than expected.
Right.
So tell me, as far as what was your motivation to get back out there in the field earlier than expected?
So I just knew that, I got the surgery during the season. I played the first game before I even got the surgery in the first place. So I knew that every day that was going by, when I'd see people at practice, and this is the only year that I really got hurt like that and had to sit out, and it was my senior year, potentially my last year playing football in my life. So it was kind of, just watching everybody practice every day, just knowing that I'd do anything to get back out there. I don't went back out there. I would to straight up hopping if I had to. So I really just kind of, the pain wasn't much to me. I just it just kind of hurt me knowing that I wasn't 100% doing the best that I could do while I was out there, but it was either that or not be out there. You know what I mean? So
I understand. So as far as the season coming towards an end, how did the injury play a part? Did it start to gradually? Did you get used to the pain after a while, or did it just kind of still there?
So the first game back and the first week back overall was kind of the most pain, and it was just kind of I didn't have to run. It was adjusting to it, and then it probably stayed the same overall because it was we had 7 weeks left, and I just kind of got used to the pain. I wouldn't say it felt any better. I just kind of got used to running with that little limp I had. But so I mean it.
So, enough talk about football. Tell me about what you're going to do after you graduate, because you only have about a little under a month left. So tell me about that.
Right. So my girlfriend got a volleyball scholarship to go to Indiana. So and I'll be done with school, and she's got 2 more years left. So we're gonna go get an apartment over there. I'm gonna be applying to jobs and turn into a real person and be a fan of the game now. So and maybe coach it. I'm into coaching one day. Anything to be around the game. So.
Do you ever think about going out there and just, going straight for a coaching job, or will you work your way up into it?
Well, I figured the coaches here, I've been around. I played at a four-year school and got some significant time playing. I figured they said they'd give me some hookups or whatever, email some coaches if I have an idea. And so, I figured I'd start to volunteer somewhere and just work my way up. I'll take it slow or whatever. So.
Okay, well,
get my foot in the door.
I really appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot.
I love all your answers. You're a great person. I really wish we could get back together, get set up and get my agent. We can set up and get some more time together and go over this, especially for the folks in the audience. But you've heard it here, folks. This is Tyler Faylor, student, athlete, lover. You've heard it here first on tonight's Concordia show. Thank you.